Your focus question for today how can I use the hinge theorem? How can I use the hinge theorem to compare side lengths and angle measures? How can I use the hinge theorem to compare side lengths and angle measures? Hinge theorem, let's see. If two sides of a triangle, here's the hinge theorem. If two sides of a triangle are congruent to two sides of another triangle, then the longer third side is opposite the larger included angle. If two sides of a triangle are congruent to two sides of another triangle, then the longer third side is opposite the larger included angle. Two triangles in this shape, or there's two triangles in the diagram. W, X, Y, and Z. They share this side, don't they? X to Z. And W to Z is congruent to ZY. This angle's 51 and this angle's 55. They're asking you to compare WX to XY. Alright? So you've got two sides of one triangle congruent to two sides of another triangle. So you compare the included angles. You got a 51-degree angle as opposite side WX, and a 55-degree angle as opposite side XY. Which side's smaller? W to X is going to be smaller than X to Y because it's opposite a smaller angle. So WX is less than. Any questions there? Look at the diagram next to it. That's BCD. F. B to F is congruent to C to D. Side BC is 3.6. and side FD is 3. And they're asking you to compare some angles now. Compare angle FCD, and you're going to compare it to BFC. So you're comparing FCD, this angle right here. You're comparing that angle to BFC, which is this angle. Okay? The triangles both share side FC. And they have another congruent side. So you've got two sides of one triangle congruent to two sides of another triangle. We'll look at the sides opposite the angles you're comparing. Which angle is smaller? FCD, because it's opposite a smaller side. So FCD is less than FBC. Clear? All right. Any questions? Turn the page and twice. Top of page 374. Finding the range of values for x. And again, you've got two triangles. That share a side. E.g. HS. You got an 11 and a 9. Both triangles share side GS. They have another side that's congruent as well. This angle is 65. And this angle in here is 6x plus 15 degrees. Now, last week when we were doing the triangles and you were asked to find a range of values for the third side, it was a compound inequality, right? Well, when you're finding the range of values for x here, you're going to be solving another compound inequality. Now, look at the two angles involved. Look at the 6x plus 15 and the 65. The 65 is opposite of 9, and the 6x plus 15 is opposite of 11. So which one's smaller? The 65. So the 65 goes on the bottom of your range. 65 has got to be less than 6x plus 15. Agreed? Now you have to set the top of the range. This angle measure, this 6x plus 15 angle measure, it's got to be less than 180 degrees. And that's got to be less than 180 degrees because it's one angle in a triangle. What do all three of the angles in the triangle add up to? They all add up to 180. So one of them individually has to be less than 180. Okay? So that's when you set the top of your range. Now, to solve this inequality, you subtract 15 from everything. And 50 is less than 6x, which is less than 165. And then divide everything by 6. Yeah. So 50 divided by 6. 8.3 repeating is less than x, which is less than 165 divided by 6. 27.5. Okay? Does everybody see how to set the top and the bottom ranges? All right, now look at the example below it, the bow tie diagram. because now you're going to have to set the bottom of the range and put it on in your notes. You got this side congruent to this side. You've got another side in each triangle that's 50, so those sides are congruent. You've got a 47, a 5x plus 2, and you've got a 68-degree angle and a 55. That's 68, and this is 55 degrees. And you're asked to find the range of values for x. All right, two sides of one triangle are congruent to two sides of another triangle. So the 5x plus 2 is opposite of 55. The 47 is opposite of 68.
Hello?
What do you know about the 5x plus 2 and the 47? Isn't the 47 greater than the 5x plus 2? It's opposite a bigger angle, right? So you set your 47 at the top. Your 47, your 5x plus 2 has to be less than the 47. It's opposite a smaller angle. But this side length has to be greater than 0, doesn't it? It's the side of a triangle. Okay? So it's got to be greater than 0. And again, subtract 2 from each side. So negative 2 is less than 5x, which is less than 45, divided by 5. And negative 2/5 is less than x, and x is less than 9. So there's your range of values for x. Be sure when you're comparing sides that you use the included angle, the angle that's touching the two congruent sides. Does anybody have any questions? All right, your assignment is page 375, 1 through 4. On the next page, 5 through 7, and then 8 through 18. Answer the focus question outside of class, please. I want you to start on the bookwork in class. Answer your focus question outside of class. Make sure you're checking your answers and check headline. How many of you use an electronic textbook now from O'Galley High School? All right. If you could, please,